Hi everyone, it's Andrea from Blended Vintage Marketplace. Excuse me, I'm taking off my shoes and my socks because it's really getting muggy out here, and I'm one of those people when my feet get hot, it's just no good. So anyways, I haven't been on here, I haven't really done lives consistently in a while. It's been, I don't know, a little hectic with kids off from school and things like that. And I have this hutch here. It's in two pieces because this is the bottom and that piece right there is the top, and it's in my garage along with, I don't know, 2 or 3 other hutches and end tables and things like that. And I meant to get out here earlier to paint because it's getting really humid. It's supposed to be really humid for the next 3 days, and I can feel it already. And then the paints get kind of wonky in the heat. Well, they get kind of thick, which in a way it's good for certain things that you might want to do, but I don't like the heat either. So I'm gonna try and do this, and I'm gonna show you what I am going to do. So a while back I had I do these color inspo post things on my page, and I was just watching a replay from a gal from upstate New York. We'll have to go back and finish. Sure, no worries. So I do color inspo posts on my page. Hey, Grace from North Dakota. And that's just to kind of like, sometimes people get stuck on color and things like that. So I go and I actually go to Pinterest and I try to find some color inspiration to put up on there. But sometimes the best thing to do is just play with color and mix them and see what happens and which ones look good or which ones you like together. And if you don't like it, you just paint over it. It's just paint. But this is the post that I did. So I have a thing for doors. Hi, Michelle. Well, I have a thing for a lot of things. So you're going to hear me say that a lot if you guys could follow me. So this has yellows and blues and some reds and greens. And this is what I want to do on this hutch. But doing that, it's gonna, hello funky butterfly. So it's going to look a lot, it's gonna look really bad before it looks really good. It's gonna look like a mess, and you guys are gonna say, I don't know what she's doing. So I have no rhyme or reason how I do things. I just kind of put them the way I think it looks good, and that's what I do with colors. So I'm gonna start, and I think I want to start with, so I'm going to use a lot of color here because there is actually the colors that you see, and I can't pick it up, and here to kind of do that here, and it's not ever going to come out exactly the same, by the way. There's a lot, but I'm going to try to use some of the main colors. So it's going to have blues, several shades of blues, no boho for a change, I don't think, and yellow, because I love yellow. I love the color Queen Bee, and I haven't really used it. I don't know why everything is either male or female to me, but I haven't used it in a while. Hi, Pat. So I'm going to start with this lovely color that's called Prom Queen. It's like a pale blue, and then I can put some grays in. I'm going to start with the bottom piece, and then the top piece I'll have to do later. And it comes in 2 pieces, and I have to do the top, so that's why I don't have it together. Hi, Cheryl. So I don't know if you guys have had your coffee, so if you want to grab your coffee and just hang out with me for a little bit, or grab a paint project and we can paint along and chat. Okay, so I'm gonna start. If you guys can't see, let me know, and if I don't get to your comment while this is live, I will come back and answer them. So I start my brush wet. I think I'm going to do the whole base of this, and I'll just do the bottom on the live, and maybe I'll do the top on a different live. What was I saying? I start with my brush wet or moist. I know Grace doesn't like the word moist, but my sister-in-law Grace, who's on here watching, or I don't know if she's still on here, but she doesn't like the word moist. But it is. Your brush should be moist. It just makes your brush a lot easier to work with. Sometimes my brushes, I keep them in water overnight, just because I'm constantly painting. I'm not trying to be neat here because there's going to be paint going over it, and I do want this to look like a hutch that's been painted over 1,000,000 times, and the paint is kind of chipping and all of that fun stuff. I might even use some salt wash when I get to the very end, or maybe in the middle. So this is Prom Queen, so it's a really pretty color. And then I might put either a skeleton key or pedal pusher. It's another pretty color right there. So let's see. So what is everybody up to? And are you guys painting anything? Daring in colors that you probably wouldn't use, or are you playing it safe? I would love to know. Yeah. So, not going to go too crazy on this. I'm just going to do the front for you guys, or as much as I can. I'll probably change the hardware. So the drawer, this is the hardware that it had. I don't like these. I always take those off. I know you can paint those, and some people do. And I'll probably even, I didn't take these off because I wasn't sure if I'd keep them, but I'm probably end up taking them off too. Putting something, or maybe rusting these up. Maybe that's what I'll do. Rust them up. Yes. So, yeah. Okay. So I don't know where everyone is from, what the weather is like, but here it's been raining for almost 2 weeks. I had a week off and it rained the whole entire time. It rained yesterday, I think it rained the day before, and the next 3 days is supposed to be muggy and humid. All of those things that I don't like. Kind of feels like Florida. Even hear crickets. So I use Debbie's Design Diary paint. It has no VOCs. It is clay based, so I suppose I can say it's clay paint. No stinky, smelly odors. I love it. It's easy to work with. And this paint is super great for layering and creating chippy looks and things like that. So that's my Prom Queen. Hey Sarah, I'm working on a 2-piece, also blues, whites, and whatever else inspires me as I go along. Perfect, Mary. I think that's how I paint. I think that's how we should paint, not worry so much for those of us that do worry. Magic paint, yes it is. Please send some rain to West Michigan. Oh my goodness, you guys have not had rain? We had way too much. It's ridiculous. And it wasn't like just little sprinkly, rain. It was like crazy thunderstorm, lightning. Actually, the house across the street, lightning did hit them and they lost power and they had a whole bunch of stuff. And another house down the street, the lightning hit the pool. Yes, and made the water nice and warm. It sure did. And we actually lost power in 2 of our rooms also. So, yeah, crazy. That's how it's been around here lately. So, what's great about maybe painting in this humidity is that the paint is getting thicker, and it's gonna help give it that chippy, layered, textured look that I'm looking for, that I want. So let's see, we'll try this a little bit. So as I said, you guys, I have no plan except for I have this photo, and I just want to kind of recreate these colors. So kind of sort of what I'm going to do. Not going to worry too much. So if you can see that, it's kind of thick. I'm bringing it closer so you guys can see better. Maybe that's better. Yeah. So I'm going to kind of work back and forth here. I like that it's, and I'll probably use some whites, and I'll just keep layering. So I don't know if people do it a little bit different, maybe. You know, I can't wait to add the yellow here. So I'm going to try and do the best I can working from that photo here. See, so the color is kind of blending because it's not really, the color underneath, which probably would have been dried by now, really isn't, because it's so humid out. That's okay, because it's kind of blending. I don't think I'm even going to use a, I won't use a spray bottle today. I didn't even bring it out, but yeah. So I'm not going for perfect at all. I'm not worried about that I miss a spot like here, because I don't care if a little bit of the brown on the wood underneath shows. I actually want it to, because I want this to look like a really old piece of furniture that came out of a farmhouse. So if you guys could see. Yeah. So I'm going as fast as I can, you guys. So I don't want to bore anyone. I don't know if, I think I've said this before, if watching people paint is boring or not. I don't know. I always feel like I'm boring people, but people always ask how I did something, so I figured I'd come on here. Yeah. The scraper thingy is always good to have. And I didn't like the way that came out. Just scrape. See, and that's the thing. You don't like the way something comes out, just go over it. You know? No big deal. No worries. No problem. I kind of like Prom Queen and Petal Pusher together. And I gotta tell you, those are two colors that I don't really use much of. I don't know why. I guess I just fell in love with boho blue, and I just never went. I never looked back, you guys. Hi, Gabriel. How are you? Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna put some yellow on here. Prom Queen. And I mean not Prom Queen. Queen Bee. And then on top of that, I'll probably add some white and some red. But let's see. And I am going to use the same brush. I don't mind doing that. Sometimes I think that's good because it'll make the color blend with what's already on the brush. So that kind of really doesn't bother me. So if this area here was dry, well, I just stuck my finger on there. I would have used the scrapey thing and put some yellow on top of that. But it is really wet still because it is so humid that it's just not working the way I want it to. It's not drying. Usually it dries really quick. And can I just say, don't be afraid. These are tools too. They're the best, I think. I don't know. Sometimes I like the way things come out when you paint with hands. Cool, pretty cool. So see, I don't plan anything. I just kind of do. Yep. I kind of like these colors together. I think they look good. I do. Maybe use a scrapey thing here with queen bee, because I want it to be kind of dimensional in the way that it's scrapey layering, not just flat paint on a piece of furniture. I kind of want it all over the place. Let's see, maybe some yellow down on this end. Yeah. Maybe some yellow here. I'm not going to make that side match this side. I know it sounds crazy, but I want it to be like that picture. One side is not matching the other. So, you know what's great? There's some really strong yellow in the picture, and there's some pale yellow up here. And Queen Bee is really, it's kind of like a mustardy yellow, but it's awesome. And it's a strong yellow, as you can see, but when you go over it with wet paint underneath, it kind of lightens up. So it kind of looks paler, and it's worn, and yeah, I love it. I love this the way this is coming out so far. But we'll see. It needs more color, I think. Definitely more yellow. Because I wanted yellow to be the main color. But I guess I'm starting to like the blue so much that, I don't know. That's right. I'm going to put yellow. And if I feel it's too yellow in the end, I will add more blue. Maybe some yellow over the blue. So that makes it kind of green. Yeah. Definitely going to change the hard way, you guys, for sure. For sure. Smudge it. The thing that stinks about doing a two-piece like this one, where there's a top that goes to it and it's not on top so you can paint it, what stinks about that is you gotta kind of have to match the other piece that's over there. So you guys can see that piece is gonna have to match this piece, and you can't do it together. I mean, not exactly does it have to match, but you know, it's got to look like it is one piece and like they do come together. So, ooh, nice breeze. Just got a nice breeze. All right, let's see. In this photograph, there is some green and there is some red. So, let me try some red. I don't have a lot of red, so I'm going to use Marquee. Don't have a whole lot of that, but use my scrapey thing to kind of don't want it perfect. We want it to be perfectly imperfect. At least I do. So, have any of you guys out there use salt wash? Do you know what that is? Oh, thank you, Kim. Yeah, I want it to look, you know, chippy and old. I've done so many Hutches before, and usually I paint them white or pale yellow, and they seem to like go right away. People just, that's what they want. But this one's gonna be a little different. It's not gonna be white. Oh look, there's, well, I don't know if you guys can tell, but there is like crackling happening here all on its own. I don't know why, but I'm kind of loving that. Crackling, that's a whole other thing that you could do to give this like a worn out look. But I have this here at home, and I have a lot of my things are at work in the shop, and I just happen to bring some of the paints that I thought I might need here. I don't know, maybe a little bit more blue. And then this is just kind of how I just go along. Does it need more blue? Does it need more yellow? Does it need, what's it need? You know, that sort of thing. I'm gonna smudge the paint here. So I like it because it kind of looks kind of worn. And I don't know if you could, can you see here? If I bring it closer, right here. I kind of distressed it with my finger. So I got, I don't know if you guys can see. Right there. So I put the paint on with the brush, and then I kind of smudged it, and some of it came off. It's on my hand, and I distressed it, and it kind of looks natural. I love it when things like that happen. See, that's why it's great to just try and not be afraid to try these different things. Okay, another color that's here, because there's lots of colors I'm going to put on here, is I'm probably going to put a little bit of mermaid tail on here, believe it or not. There's a green, and the green in here is vibrant, but I'm going to use Fancy Farm Girl, because that's another color I don't use a lot of, and I love it. So I don't know, I get stuck on one thing, and it's kind of like until I'm done with it, that's what I end up doing a lot of. I need a better scraper thingy. This one's seen its day, better days, they say. Okay, some blue again. I think there's too much green. So it'll blend in a little bit more. Rubbing in with the fingers. Yeah. A little more of the lighter green. I mean blue, which is Prom Queen. So I'm going to go across the Fancy Farm Girl with the Prom Queen. Got a little cloudy, better not rain. So that kind of looks, again, a little bit of a layered look. You just got to play. So it kind of looks like the green is underneath, which it is in a way. There's not a whole lot of it. So I'm going to use my layer paint. Layer it. Lots of layers. And you know, when you, because this is clay paint, sometimes when you get to the very bottom, like me with this red right here, it gets a little clumpy because it's, you know, it's almost done, it's at the bottom, and it's the clay that you see. That's good, the clumpy. Because see, I have it, I just use it. It's not that it's not good anymore. I mean, if you want a flat finish, you probably wouldn't. But when you're trying to, again, layer and just get this chippy look, and it's good. It's all good. I feel like it needs more red or yellow. What do you guys think? I feel like I haven't paid attention to this door, so we're gonna move on to this one, I think. This door, can you guys see? Nope. That way. Okay. This door right here. Gonna add some more of the pedal pusher. Again, we're not trying to paint neat. This is, for anyone who just came on, this is supposed to look like it came out of an old farmhouse and it had been painted over and over. And the paint's kind of coming off. So that's kind of what we're going for here. We're not trying to be neat or perfect or anything like that. Try some white. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy. I did mention that my painting style, I call it cuckoo bananas, because really, I don't know what else you could call it. Okay, so a little white. White's pretty. A little white over here. White over here. Whoops, ran out of white. It's kind of like, spread it with your finger like that. You know, I was going to change these, but I might even keep them. I'll just paint them. And like I said, maybe rust them up a little bit. Yeah. So for those of you just coming on, or I don't know if there's anybody new on here, but this is supposed to look like an old country hutch. There's another hack to it over there. It's 2 pieces, and I haven't thought out how I want it to look or where I want the colors to be. The only thing I know is that going by these colors right here. So that's in. Hey Megan. Megan, my niece, is on here. So just a lot of the blending and adding of the colors just to make it, you know what? When we try some, I was gonna do, maybe do Mermaid's Tail and Old 57. Okay. And again, I think at some point I'll add some salt wash to give it some of that old weathered look. I'm gonna go over that. Ooh, look, it looks like there's clumps of paint, which is kind of what I want. So I'm going to add a little bit of this here as well. Spread it a little bit. Maybe add some blue on top of that. Make it come out too. And some some on the bottom. You guys can see. It's funny how I thought this would be more yellow than anything else, and I'm using everything else and not as much yellow, I think. But I don't know. We just need to add more. Maybe the top will have more yellow. I don't know. Let's see. So. That come down. Like it's coming down from here. To put a little bit of paint on my finger and just, you know, you can pretty much use anything to paint. You don't have to use a paintbrush. You can totally paint a piece like this completely with your hands. No brush involved. You totally could. But so I don't know. What do you guys think? So far, this is what I have, and I don't know. I feel like I don't want to keep you guys. I could play forever here and not ever end. I love doing this. So okay, a little bit of Hey Sailor. Hi Sailor. Here and here, you guys can see. Hey Sailor is another really pretty blue color. Yeah, this is a really chippy looking piece. This might not make it into the shop. Although I have no place to keep it in my house. Just might not. Yeah, like it. Baby, I like it. Okay, I shouldn't sing. Alright, you guys. Well, I've got, you can see, a ton of paint here. And I'm going to keep playing, and I could be here all day in this heat just because I'm having way too much fun to stop. But I won't take up any more of your Sunday, and I will post pictures as it comes along. Hey, Teresa, how are you? What are you working on, Teresa? So Teresa from Treasures Rediscovered is also, she's quite the amazing artist. She paints furniture and she paints on canvas and she does a lot of amazing things, and lucky for me, we're friends. So I'm good. How are you? Are you working on anything special? Maybe you want to show us. I'll bring you on if you're working on something special. You're moving. Oh, it seems like everyone's moving. Teresa's moving. Kristen from She Paints is moving. I love you too, Teresa. Well, yes. Yeah, well, yes, Mary. You can check back and see the results when I'm done. I will post pictures as it comes along. I still have the top part, and I also have something I started at the shop. I'm going to try and do something, not anything with this piece at the shop that hasn't been done before, but I don't know if I can, because a lot of it is freehand, and I'm not so good at that. Kristen is so close to me now. Awesome. Well, I'm going to see Kristen in Dagsboro, Delaware, where I have been invited along with Kristen and some of the other retailers to paint. Yes, we'll chat soon, Teresa. So I will give you guys more info on that as that happens, for anyone who can go to Delaware. And also, it just won't be me who will be there. The queen of the paintbrush will be there, Debbie Beard herself. So it's going to be good. But more info on that as it gets closer. And for now, I'm going to let you guys go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And if you're in an area where you don't get rain, I hope you get rain. If you're in an area where you're getting a lot of rain, I hope the rain goes away and you have great weather and have a great, great weekend. I know, Teresa. Thank you. We'll talk soon. And I'll see you guys later. And I'll update you on this craziness. All right. Bye. Have a great Sunday, everyone. Bye.